Hello. Okay. I'm so sorry that I had to end stream like just like a bit early. There was something wrong. Apparently, I think there was something wrong with my mic. But yeah, I got that fixed. So welcome to the last game of Hello Charlotte. Oh my gosh. Um, so there are some content warnings for this game that I think just like two content warnings, but I believe this is a 1 hour game, so hopefully I don't need to like spend 6 hours again like last time. But there are some depictions of blood, and they are mentions of self-harm. So if you guys don't like that, this stream isn't for you. I will also say there was a thunderstorm earlier, so I might have to kind of check out my windows. So just like, hopefully we don't need to like there won't be any like delays for this game because I think it's gonna be like an hour long, so I think I can like manage. I should be able to finish pretty early this time. So have not played like in a 1 hour game in a while. So yeah. Oh, apparently this game is also like in a different universe. This is an alternate universe from the true realm. So I don't know what that's gonna be like, but hopefully it's happier. Because from what I've seen from this game, it's just been always sad, been really depressing. Uh, no. Oh, there's also no music. Yeah, I also realized there isn't really like any music playing. So I'm hoping at some point they will. Uh, Hold on. Oh, Kylo, welcome to stream. Okay. Vincent Fennell is watching a small trail of ants go by, his gaze remaining disinterested. Oh man, I'm pressing C. I've been playing the RPG Maker game, so I'm thinking like, oh, Z is the how I progress. No, it's not. I approach him out of curiosity. Oh, it's Charles. Oh, this is a probably younger version. Oh, winged ants, that's rare. Oh, they're so small. That's good. Bugs are yucky. Look. He gets up from his knees and steps closer to the ant trail. We must be like gods to them, don't you think? With those words, Vincent picks up. Just one tug, and the wings rip off with an alarming ease. Oh! Oh, you're violent. That's not good. Okay. We never really got to see what Vincent was like in the other games. The only thing we knew about him was that he was really sad and he wanted to like end his life. So there's that. Stop it, let it go. What are you being so upset about? Just because we are bigger, that doesn't mean we should hurt them. It's just a bug though. Mom says even the smallest lives matter. My mom says bugs are annoying. If you don't stop, I'll tell the nurses. The boy simply gets up and leaves. What's up with him? From that day on, I decided that I don't like Vincent Fennell at all. Oh, so this is a dream universe where I guess they've met in the past. By the way, this is also like the DLC. I don't know, you could also download this on itch.io, but I got this from Steam. It's lunch break. Everyone's trading stickers and hoarding Tazos, a recent fad among kids. Vincent is surrounded by children who are marveling at his collection. Oh, this one's super rare. Where did you get it? It was in my chips. Lucky. Do you want it? I can have it, but I don't have any good to trade you. I don't mind. Just choose one that you don't have then. Trade with me too. Me too. What are you looking at, Charlie? One trade too? No. Mom said chips are bad for health. Boring. Oh shit, let me give them another voice.
Vincent, look, I have a holographic ones.
What's so special about him? All he has to pack is a pack of Tazos. Lost in thought, I trip and drop the box with a classroom turtle that I was carrying. The nurses yell at me and make me stand in the corner for half an hour. I blame it on Vincent, too. Mother. Oh wow, these scenes are going quickly, okay. When I'm 5, we move into a flat swarming with cockroaches and pigeons living on the balcony. Why is this place so dirty, Mom? I ask. The person who lived here wasn't very cleanly, is Mother's answer. I want to go back home. I tell her, why did we have to leave? We won't be staying here for long, dear, Mother says, and I want to believe her. The surrounding dirt makes my skin crawl. Later, I overhear our neighbors talking and learn that the former owner was a drug addict. Died of overdose, they say. When I raise my voice, Mother tells me to keep quiet. When I walk around the house, Mother says that my footsteps are too loud. When I become excited, Mother reprimands me for misbehaving. One evening, she has a breakdown. Over unsorted clothes in the drawers. We're talking normally. Then the next moment, the house is filled with shouting and sounds of my clothes being violently thrown on the floor. There must be something else she's angry at, but I'm too young to understand. I apologize over and over, promising I won't do that ever again, as if I committed a grave sin. I'm sorry, Mother. I can make everything right. I won't become a burden. For concert. We're having a concert to celebrate autumn. Our nurses are wearing dresses with paper maple leaves sewn onto them. I recite a poem aloud, trying not to mess it up halfway. It has 4 lines. I'm so nervous that my voice comes out too quietly, even though I recite it perfectly. Vincent got 6 lines. It must be because the nurses think he's the smartest in the group. So are we in an orphanage? This is what I'm getting out from this. Hell, he even goes to chess club. Vincent recites the poem in a monotonous voice like he doesn't give a care. Vincent's almost always the last to be picked up by his parents. Okay, so we're not in an orphanage, never mind. Sometimes nobody comes and he just goes home alone. I tell Mom that, and she totally freaks out. How can a child go home by himself? She exclaims, shocked. What are his parents thinking? I don't know what to say to that. Valentine's Day. It's Valentine's Day. Everyone gets tangerines and Kinder Surprises for lunch. I get sick and throw up onto my festive shirt. I didn't like it much anyway. Mom did it though. Vincent is at the nurse's office too. He tripped and scraped his knee. The nurse is drawing a net on it with a green antiseptic. The scrape seems bad, but he's not even wincing. He stares, staying blank. Doesn't he feel any pain? Maybe he's actually a robot? I want to ask them that, but my headache is too strong, so I ignore him. All I want is to go home and watch cartoons in my bed. Thankfully, Mom's quick to come to my rescue. Afterwards, I stay at home for a whole week. Number 6, new stage. Time passes fast. My kindergarten at graduation album is filled with pictures of other kids running around and a macro photograph of myself in some kind of medieval clothing from the photo shoot. It's my favorite one, but I'll never admit that. I can barely contain my excitement for the first day of school. Vincent goes to a different one, but it doesn't matter. I didn't like him much anyway. Number 7, friends. Elementary school is boring. I solve all the problems in my math workbook in one evening, and as a consequence, end up dying of boredom and actual lessons. Shouldn't there be a faster way to do this? As the school days pass, I get so excited about my intellectual abilities that I point out others' mistakes every time I notice them. People are not gonna like you for that. The girl sitting next to me seems to enjoy my company, mainly because she gets to copy my answers during tests. In the meantime, I find a new way to make friends. All you have to do is buy them food or share yours. Then everyone will gather around you, excited to get sweets for free. I spend all my pocket money on snacks and still end up being chosen last at PE lessons. It takes me some time and an after-school beating to learn not to poke my nose in others' business. It's not my fault people cheat on tests. I'm just doing what's right. At least that's what I think. Apparently people don't like snitches. I guess he's like the teacher's pet then. Nor do they like being responsible or proper. While I'm doing everything not to be a burden, they're giving their all to cause trouble. I feel like this will take some time to sink in. Over the years, I learned to keep my mouth shut. From a moderately talkative kid, I turned into a complete class ghost. By the end of the 4th year, everyone still calls me by my last name. Reunion. In middle school, we see each other again. Vincent looks more frail than I remember him being. Maybe it's just that I've gotten taller. Maybe he sees me. When he sees me, he smiles. In fact, he smiles to everyone. The usual unchanging blank expression that he had in kindergarten is gone from his face, replaced with a mask. It's unsettling. I don't smile back. Somehow we end up doing a class project together. By the time I gathered the courage to ask someone to invite me, everyone else had already found a partner. But there was an open spot in this group. The other two kids just want easy marks, so only the two of us actually end up working. Vincent is surprisingly nice to work with. He's a team player, very considerate and giving his all to complete this task. A complete contrast to most of the kids. For the first time in a while, I have fun working in the group. System notification, one incoming message from Charles. Here, I'm sending over the presentation files. Great work. Let's do our best tomorrow. He's thankful for my efforts. This must be the first time in 5 years of school. I'm so moved that I put his name first on the project's title slide. It's the project presentations day. Vincent, who was chosen as our group's representative, has a clear, powerful voice. Unlike me, he gets so anxious that I start to stumble. Who gets so anxious that I start to stumble on every word, earning giggles from classmates. I hate myself for it. Regardless, our group gets the highest marks. Maybe teamwork isn't half bad, I catch myself thinking. Number 9, weakling. Oh. Okay, so then poor Vincent. Vincent loses consciousness during one of our PE lessons. I've never really noticed it before, but he really has the worst stamina in class. While I fail all the speed tests, I can endure running a long distance just fine. He, however, looks completely exhausted after just a few laps. After overhearing one of the conversations between teachers, I learned that Vincent has health complications. Huh? Fennel's not running again? I heard he has a weak heart. Or was it anemia? He's the best student in class. Maybe he's pushing himself too hard. People like that don't live long. My uncle died from a stroke. Really? Vincent dying? The possibility has never occurred to me before. Maybe children don't think too deeply about life and death in general. I look at him sitting on the bench near the teacher, watching us run. We never really talk, but I've been watching him for a while, so to me, it feels like we share a connection. Henrietta Warhol. Oh, it's Henry. I often volunteer to stay behind on class duty. Henrietta Warhol gets bullied into it. The other girls call her smelly. Oh, and okay, I don't know if I can say that. And make her do things instead of them. So right now, she's enthusiastically scrubbing a dirty desk with a wet rag. You should use detergent to scrub this off.
Don't tell me what to do, Hyler. Why are you even here? It's not yet your turn to clean.
I like cleaning. More like I can't trust anyone with it. Oh, Sleepy Bell. Welcome to stream. I like the art. Yeah, this is gonna be a really sad game though. Welcome to Hello Charlotte, the last, actually this is the last game of the series. Everyone's too sloppy and lazy to properly clean all the dust. Just thinking of sitting behind a dirty desk makes my skin crawl.
Weirdo.
You can go home, I plan to stay after lessons anyway. I have a piano class coming up in 2 hours. Just enough time to clean and do homework.
No, I'll stay. They're waiting outside. If I go too early, they might think I'm slacking off.
Damn, that's complicated. Okay. We clean in silence. I don't really know what to talk about with her. Henrietta doesn't seem like she's up for discussing homework either. Henrietta?
Yeah?
Give me your hand. I placed the candy in it. Here. Good work today. Carrying snacks around still remains as a habit of mine. Might as well try to win Warhol's goodwill with it. Henrietta stays wearily silent. I've noticed also, Henry doesn't have black hair this time. I don't know if she might dye it later, or like this is just actually like her regular hair.
There isn't anything wrong with it, right?
Unless you don't like barberry flavor. Barberry? What's barberry? Okay.
Oh. Thanks.
You're welcome. Henrietta awkwardly stumbles out of the classroom without saying so much as a goodbye. Weeks later, we start talking during lunch breaks sometimes. The other girls mock and tease her for it, but Henrietta learns to talk back. Maybe she's more confident about herself when she feels less alone. 3 incoming messages from Annery.
Okay, listen up, Eiler. We're gonna get rid of your acne. I'm gonna send you a list of skincare products and food to avoid.
But Mom!
No buts. For a clean freak, you sure hate looking after yourself.
Past. Okay. Mother never tells me anything about her past or father, and I never ask. Oh yeah, last time in the other, in the I guess the first universe, our dad left us, so I'm assuming this is gonna follow the same thing. It's something we never talk about. All I can do is listen to her occasionally cry at night and keep quiet about it in the morning. She's holding up well, but I can't help but worry that one day she might trip and fall and never get up. The thought makes my hand itch, and I spend 10 minutes in the bathroom trying to wash it off. I want to grow up and become someone she can depend on. Interlude alone. Oh, this is a bit different. It's quiet in the mind library. I've hunched over a language workbook trying to fill in the blanks, but all the letters come out jumbled. I write them over and over again until the pages are filled with illegible scribbles. Ray peeks over my shoulder like nothing's wrong. Oh, Frey's here? Oh, okay, so the Pythia exists in this. Okay. Doing someone's homework again, Miss Wilshire. You do know that it's not our obligation to do it, don't you? Oh. Oh, Charlotte's in this! Yo, Charlotte! Wait, are you like the Charlotte from the I forgot her number though. Are you the first Charlotte or like the Charlotte from the third game?
It's for a friend.
Ah, so that's why you couldn't turn them down. Because they said you're friends?
What? Was it so wrong to believe them, Frey?
No, of course not. Miss Wilshire is a very earnest girl after all. Too gullible for her own good. You see, what your so-called friend used was a keyword, a password that doesn't mean anything. He heard it and immediately thought of the meaning you had for it. You may have thought the other friend meant, I want to help and understand you, but in reality, they meant I want to use you for my own needs. Sure, they could have been honest with you, but would you be doing this for them if you knew the truth? Right, but that doesn't make them evil per se. If they were the main character, I'm sure the viewers would understand their way of thinking. Frey runs his finger over a messed up sentence and stops at the period mark. The true evil lives in the muddled words, Miss Wilshire. Remember that. I absentmindedly look at the ruined workbook.
Still, if I don't do as they say, I'll be left alone. This was all I'm good for anyway.
Frey leans his head on me, but I have no strength left to shove him away. You know, it's not true, Miss Wilshire. You just want someone to make you feel better about yourself, even if it's someone you despise. But don't worry, I know all the words you want to hear. You may feel like you're never doing enough, but in reality, you're always doing your best, aren't you? School trip. Okay. I'm assuming, like, that might have been a dream. Because Charlotte is Charles' OC, right? And sometimes Charles, like, pretends to be Charlotte, especially on the web. So I'm wondering if they're the same person in this one. Because they were kind of the same person on the third game, so I wonder on like this full game they might be actually the same person. During the first year of high school, we go on a school trip. I don't have anyone to make promises about sitting together with, so right now I am left with three choices: sitting with my teacher, sitting with one of the class bullies, not the bullies, not the bullies, approaching Mr. Fennel, who happens to have a seat open near him. I decide the latter is the lesser evil. Yeah, especially since we don't have a good reputation with our classmates. I don't think that's a good idea. Mind if I sit here? Not at all. Thanks. Oh, now that I think of it, it's the front seat. I shouldn't be taking it. You can change with someone if you take it, Karsak. I, for one, can sit in the back. I always get dizzy. Sucks to be you. Vincent laughs dryly. His laughter doesn't reach his eyes. Crap. I just messed up my second informal conversation with him. By the time I gather myself again, Vincent's long since asleep. His head is bumping against the bus window in small intervals. I bring out my MP3 player, but minutes later, everyone decides to watch an action movie. Oh, yo, what is it? The loud sound doesn't seem to bother Vincent, who's sleeping with earplugs. I should have brought some too. Oh, shit. Sorry, I thought I saw lightning. I don't think I saw lightning. In the end, I still on watching the movie and lose the track of time. By the time we arrive at the hotel, it's past midnight. I get a room with three guys who don't mind me ditching them during the night's success. At best, they'll get drunk and play cards in someone else's room until sunrise, and worse if one of them brought drugs. Maybe both. We get up to the stairs and unlock our room. It has a bed and a shower, so it's perfect. My classmates leave the room as soon as they finish unpacking. As expected, they don't bother inviting me anywhere. Glad they know how I hate having fun. I spent half of the night sketching ideas for comics I might draw someday. All of them feel like I've seen them before. In the morning, I emit that light of freshness. I like being up early. The hotel dining room is dead silent like a cemetery. One of my classmates, only some girls and Vincent are present. I decide to drop into the seat near him. Morning. Well, good morning. I didn't see you late last night. I was getting my beauty sleep. Did you party with everyone? Of course. Okay, wait, are we in high school? Because I thought they said we were like at middle school, but I have to admit, I have a hard time imagining you drinking. Well, I have a high alcohol tolerance, unlike many. Don't remind me. I woke up to sounds of someone puking in the toilet next door. Unpleasant, isn't it? My face says it all. Still, the image of Vincent downing alcohol like a glass of juice seems like really fun to me, so I can't help but laugh out loud. Vincent gives me a questioning look, so I quickly try to change the topic before he asks anything. When I drink, I just become sleepy. Boring, right? I said so. I thought you'd be the type to talk a lot. Nah, if anything, I shut up for good. Then fall asleep. I think I'm the type of people who would call an ambulance because they drunkenly think I died of lethal ethanol intake. You sound like you speak from experience. Well, oh, the trip itself is nothing special. Art museums never interested me much. During one of the excursions, Henrietta gets lost, and I volunteer to look for her. Hold on, guys. Let me just look at something real quick. I'm assuming there actually is gonna be no music playing in this game. Wait, I need to go back. Thankfully, I spot her at the statue near the museum with a dead phone. Henrietta doesn't let go of my shirt until we get back to the group. Oh, I hope the bullies didn't get to her. The night at the hotel on our way back doesn't go as smoothly as the first one. This time I have to share a room with a guy who doesn't mind other people seeing him make out with his girlfriend right in the room. Ew! Oh no. Oh no. Oh, that's awkward. I do. So I grab my jacket and just make my escape. It's already past curfew. Probably not the best idea to spend the night on the hotel stairs, but whatever. Just as I start to doze off, someone shakes my shoulder. Hey? Oh, Vincent. Okay. Eiler, you'll catch a cold if you sleep here. It's Vincent. Thanks. I didn't mean to fall asleep. Why are you out at this hour? I just wanted to get some fresh air. I do enjoy night walks. We're not allowed to leave the rooms at night, you know. Then may I ask why you're here? I guess I'm not a fan of voyeurism. No, that sounded bad. Forget it. Okay. I'm guessing there are problems with your roommate. Yeah, that's a pleasant way to put it. I could use less pretty words, but it'd leave a bad taste in my mouth. Vincent looks at the night sky. It's nice here. So quiet. I don't have to wake up to shouting. I don't know what to say to that, so I just pick up with my skin. Sorry, I said too much. No, that's fine, pitiful, awful. None of these seem to fit. I'm not someone who should comment. We sit in the silence for some time. That being said, do you plan to return to your room? Nah, I'll wait it out for a bit. I see. Well, good night then. Night, thanks for keeping me company. It's my pleasure. Half an hour later, I return to my room, only to find my classmates sleeping soundly. This asshole. Since there's no music, you don't want to put your own on the background? I don't have anything. Actually, I don't really have any music for the background. You know, actually, we could... let me see if I can switch this to, I have music on another panel. Let's see if I can do this. Hold on. Oh, whoa, okay. I can adjust it. Hold on. Let me see if I can adjust this real quick. Yeah, This is for... Okay. This, I will say, I feel like this music will not fit this game. This is a really sad game from what I've heard. Let's see. Window capture. And then let's do Heaven's Gate. Okay, let me adjust this for a bit. Okay, let's do that. There you go. Yeah. Now we have background music. Oh god. Passwords. One incoming message from Vincent. Would you mind joining me for lunch? Sure, just gonna grab something to eat. Hey, amazing. Is it the usual place? Yeah. I'll be going ahead then. Vincent likes to eat outside. It's more quiet here, he says. After the class trip, we started hanging out more often. Sometimes he invites me for lunch, like today. Don't you think the education system is flawed? Vincent brings a hand to his chin, thoughtful. Depends on what you define as flaw. If the main objective of education is to discipline, then it is essential to have hierarchy. I'd rather think about the things we learn. Take today's test, for example. Do you actually know what the entropy of isolated systems never decreases means? Can you explain that? No, not really. I just learned the material needed to answer the questions. See? You only learned the answer the teacher wanted to see. Not only will you forget this knowledge, but you'll have no clue what you were writing about. We're only learning key words that we don't even know the meaning of, and don't gain any practical knowledge. Okay, I understand where you're coming from. If you can't find use for theoretical knowledge, then it's meaningless, right? However, I wanted to use this statement as an excuse to slack off, or accuse people of using bad teaching methods for that matter. Right? I just wanted you to hear me out on this. Given the opportunity, I like to change something myself. It'd be ridiculous to tell others how to do their work. I'm relieved you understand. I think it's not just the education system that uses keywords, though. Words that carry no meaning like our speech in everyday life. Then mass media is just entirely made out of them. It's just template phrases that are guaranteed to cause a reaction. While the hidden objective may be entirely different. Hell, like articles bashing local art exhibitions are actually written to promote them. Oh crap, I think the break will end soon. You still haven't finished your food? Don't worry about me. We hurriedly finish our modest lunch and run to class. Puberty. Oh, okay. They're trying to connect clumsily, erratically, which I understand to some degree, but I've always been fine on my own company. Also Vincent's, but he can be tiring too. Sometimes he starts ranting on subjects I don't understand, which gets tedious. Like, hell, do I give a damn about politics? Oh. Go back to your containment board, for God's sake. Henrietta isn't a saint either. Am I actually masochistic for enjoying being bad-mouthed by her? At least she has the same horrible taste in anime. Miss Warhol, you absolutely have to consult me on dating sims. Yo, I also love dating sims. We could make a fortune off this.
Fuck off, Eiler. It won't sell. Here at least. And don't talk so loudly. Other girls will hear.
It's your fault for trying to seem something you're not. So how about it? You and me, a Dojin circle, okay?
No, I've never written a finished story in my life.
Just copy the popular tropes. Everyone only wants things they're used to.
Just go away, Eiler. You're a bother. Go pester someone else.
Talking to Miss Warhol always lifts up my mood. Oh, what the heck was this? Have you heard of Heaven's Gate? They're an organization that preaches that our world is controlled by alien puppeteers from another world. Yo, that's what's like in the other games, in the main timeline. Fucked up, right? Does that mean that their world is more real than ours? What even is real these days? Do you think we could be saved if we refuse to be actors on the stage? Maybe we should leave altogether. One incoming message for Charles. What's up with the emergence of the web cults lately? You mean Heaven's Gate? Actually, I helped copyright the contents for that site. What? Really? Of course. Any kind of content has curators. This one was meant as a prank, though. You don't actually believe that we're puppets on strings, do you? The text you wrote that was awfully convincing, though. I'm honored. Why Heaven's Gate, though? We wanted it to seem big, despite it being a prank. Doesn't it sound like something promising? Yeah, it sounds pretentious as fuck. It doesn't mean anything, really. Just like Heavenly Kingdom doesn't exist. So an empty promise of virtue, huh? Still, isn't it kind of dangerous? People might believe you guys for real. That would be silly, don't you think? I don't know. Sometimes that does actually happen. Rationality. Oh, Bennett! Hi! Oh my god, I didn't think he was gonna be in this game. What was his voice again?
Mr. Honecker, do you think I'd act more rational if I killed my remaining emotions?
Hi Felix. I don't believe you could be rational without feelings. Patients with prefrontal cortex brain damage cannot experience emotions. To them, any decision seems as good as the other. For example, when I think of killing someone I care about, I'm overwhelmed with horror. It goes without saying that I'd never do it on a whim. Thus, feelings are essential for rational thinking. Soap inhibits the prefrontal cortex functionality as a side effect, right? I've been saying it all this time, but consuming it isn't doing you any good. By the way, if you haven't seen the other games, soap is kind of similar to alcohol in this game. You lose the ability to distinguish the weight of one decision from another. And that means killing me and eating cookies for breakfast will be morally equal to you. My point is, killing your emotions will only worsen your overall mental state. It's okay to care, Bennett. Bennett croaks out a laugh. Trust. Okay. Looks from the miraculously book is all I made. Oh my god, that too! Oh my gosh. Felix, he's kinda... Okay, Vincent peeks over my shoulder, startling me with his voice. Are you writing something? This barely counts as a writing. Actually, Felix here is so much better than the one from Miraculous Ladybug, but Fennel stops over the bench, now facing me directly. Are you dissatisfied with what you're making? No, not exactly. No more than usual, it's just... I don't know how to communicate my thoughts to others. The whole plot looks so contrived, I'd stop reading after the first page. Do you think your readers are stupid? No! If anything, it's my fault that I'm a clumsy writer, not theirs. Then do you not trust them? I don't. I mean, I really want to. I'd just be lying if I said I did. I see. If you can't bring it around, no matter what, why not prove that you yourself can be trusted? Vincent leans closer into my personal space, making me recoil a bit. Oh, okay, this is not good. What's going on? Show that you've done your research. That you're knowledgeable about the subjects you're handling. That you're involved as much as your reader is. Then you're prepared to bare your mind and soul. His presence suddenly overbearing. Vincent looks over me. My breathing hitches. I feel small. Wouldn't I be making a fool out of myself if I admit my weaknesses? Yes, it'll make you vulnerable. It'll leave you in the open. Naked in public. Guts out. Come, cup of veal. For $1.99 only. What are you saying, Vincent? You're going somewhere and I'm confused. Thrilling, alright? You'll be the one in control. Because it was your conscious decision to reveal the information and you hold power over it. With those words, Vincent leaves my personal bubble and drops on the bench beside me. Having nothing to hide, but it puts you at both an advantage and disadvantage. But my opinion is that it's worth it. I suppose that's one way to go about it. For $1.99 only. Where did that come from? If it were for me, I'd rather have the work to exist separately from its author. If anything, I'd prefer working as anonymously as possible. Yes, I'm not saying my approach would work for each and every person. You should choose what suits you best. But most importantly, don't underestimate your readers. Make them feel like your story is the best thing they'll ever experience. Make them feel like they can only feel the way with you. A story you can be proud of. The way you put it sounds like selling your mind to others. Does it? I'd call it sharing. Besides, being insecure in your work will result in flavorless, throwaway texts. Do you want to write disposable garbage like that? Mr. Fennel, you're intense. That's a lot of knowledge for someone as young as you, Mr. Fennel. I'm just saying what I've learned from more experienced writers. And I suppose I'm really passionate about writing. Hold on, let me check on something real quick. I'll be right back. I'm back. Okay. Oh, I didn't know. Hi, Pioneer. Is he writing something too? You just look like you need advice. Were the words I chose enough? Yeah, thanks, I owe you one. Actually, you would like to read what I've written so far? I think I could use some feedback. Sure. Don't expect mercy. Bring it on. I'll fetch you my notebook next week then. There's a lot written, so you can take your time with it. Our conversation is cut off by the ringing bell. During our final high school year, Vincent joins the student council and invites me to the same. Didn't you mention that you wanted to influence school life if possible? I believe it's a good opportunity to do so. I think it's not about good ideas, but rather the ability to convince others, which is something you have. And right now I'm using it to convince you to try it. I'm so persistent. Okay, fine, I'll tag along. Success, you'll definitely regret it. Huh? Wait, that's the opposite of words of encouragement. It's past 6 p.m. We're one of the last students leaving the school. I stretch and allow myself to let out a prolonged yawn. Today's meeting was so tiring. I need a no people day soon. I can understand that. Says Vincent, who talked during the whole meeting. How do you even have energy for all that arguing? I just enjoy good discussion. More like uncivilized discourse. Everyone is basically trying to shout louder than the others. Thrilling, isn't it? I guess I'm like more like on Charles on this. I don't really enjoy arguments. I can't believe you. I'm joking. It was indeed a bit tiring. I'm not a big fan of the noise. However, I don't feel like going home just yet. Well, the weather's not bad. I was planning to invite you out for a walk anyway. Alright. Should we walk in silence for a while? Good plan. I let my vision lose focus and feel the world around me slow down. We part ways after an hour of strolling around the park. Feeling re-energized, I spend the whole evening leisurely studying subjects ahead of the program. Number 18, social media. We are waiting for the next class to start. Henrietta sits near me on the windowsill, dozing off with a chem textbook on her hands. I'm so tired of social media. Everyone's talking so much, but no one's talking about things that really matter. And I feel bad for contributing. Henrietta yawns and stretches, then pinches my nose.
What do you think people should be talking about then, genius? And who are you to decide what matters and what doesn't?
Shut it, I know. I'm just saying how I feel. I feel tired.
Your judgments are useless then. It's like wanting a teenage melodrama to have a deeper meaning. Want something profound? Read a book. Or go talk to Fennel. He's like a combination of a therapist and a saint, so no wonder you love that.
Way to trivialize him. He's like a god.
A human. You're just biased because he validates you.
Okay, good point.
Still, I don't get it. What's so good about him? Are you singing him praises just because he's polite?
Just because he has the human decency to make effort to be kind to others. He's hardworking, reliable, and after talking to him, I always feel like I've ascended to some new level of human consciousness. Also, he appreciates the concept of personal space, unlike some.
Are you done yet?
Nah, you're just being jealous.
Go fuck yourself, Eiler.
See, no human decency. Vincent would be like, would you kindly back off? Bro, you're so biased.
That's the same thing.
Might as well be. I wonder if he's ever gotten angry at someone. He'll probably get angry at you at some point. I bet.
He just has high self-control. I lost my mind somewhere along the way when I tried to prove that I'm not a doormat for others to step on.
So she's conscious about her attitude after all. Mean Anery is the best Anery. Actually, any Anery is great. I can't exactly tell you not to worry about it, though. But I like you the way you are.
Okay.
Possessions. Vincent comes over to do a research project for school. I welcome him in my room with the rubber gloves still on my hands. Eiler? You look proud of yourself. Of course. Cleaning done. Clothes ironed. I can focus on schoolwork in peace. Good. You seem to be especially scrupulous when it comes to organizing. I just can't seem to focus when there's something out of place. I am thinking about a single sheet of paper lying around unsorted instead of doing something useful. Oh, but that's not the worst of it. Shit, must be tough. My workspace isn't very organized in comparison, although I don't have many personal possessions. Don't like stuff piling up? That too, and perhaps I'm not very sentimental. I briefly wonder if that's really the only reason, but decide not to press on. Let's change the topic. That being said, remember when we were all about collecting stickers and stuff? Yeah, everyone was crazy about trading. I still have my collection. I can't bring myself to throw away my cat toys too. It's kind of embarrassing. Why? You must have loved them a lot. Having things you'd love doesn't make you seem infantile. Well, yeah, but when you put it like that. What about you? Didn't you have your favorite stuff? No. I only bought popular things regardless of whether I liked them or not. Oh, I see. And then I threw them away as soon as they became useless. At this moment, Vincent's gaze seemed empty. His face didn't convey any particular emotion, even though he was smiling, which felt horribly out of place. For a second, it felt like we weren't talking about a bootleg Digimon stickers, but something else entirely. Well, yeah, I see. You must have no interest in material possessions. That's admirable. Vincent pauses for a bit, then answers, yeah, that must be it. His words sound hollow. Uncertainty. Is this all of them? The sun is about to rise. Henry's fallen asleep on the beanbag with a joystick in his hands. Henry comes to hang out on weekends. Sometimes she brings her brother, whom she's begrudgingly babysitting. Oh man, a lot of things happened with the brother in the original game. Like, he mostly died in a bunch of, like, series of events. We'll play video games and eat snacks. But when Henry's not in the school environment, she's far less stressed out. Even her voice sounds lower than usual. Crap, your brother's good at rhythm games.
Yeah, you use him as you like if you need to score full combos. That's all he's good for anyway.
Are you going being a little harsh?
He deserves it for being a lazy ass. Have you seen his grades? It's like he's made it a goal for himself to become a worst student of the year.
Maybe his mind just works differently from the rest.
Yeah, that too. But for the most part, he just wants to play MMORPGs all day. I wanted to help him, but I also want a break from all this shit. I I'm tired of working at part-time jobs to help parents sustain his lifestyle. Do you know how much console games cost? Add that to a monthly MMO subscription. Gacha pulls! Oh no, he got into gacha! Gacha pulls and merchandise, and you'll get more my monthly salary. Oh, that sounds awful. Your parents don't have to buy all of that, you know? Henry says they motivate him, so if they don't, he just refuses to leave the room. Sheesh. Henry looks at the ceiling, contemplating something. Tyler, I was thinking. Yeah? Aren't we actually dating? What? Henry starts counting on her fingers. Look, it's the 5th time I'm staying over. You take me out for nice food and carry my bags when I'm shopping. Hey, you even look after my brother when I'm busy. Aren't all of these just things a decent person would do, Miss Warhol? I fail to see your point. Aren't you the one who's always like, I wish someone would call me princess and take me on the cute dates. Would buy matching clothes and cuddle on the sofa. Henry nudges me with her elbow violently. Yeah, you're far from that. Please don't use that squeaky voice to imitate me over again. Still, what should we call this? Does it need a specific term? If you're talking about becoming each other's possessions, then I'm against it. No one ever belongs to anyone. Yet for some reason, everyone thinks a meaningless string of letters can bind people to them. Isn't it normal to want something you can call your own? It rubs me the wrong way. That would mean treating others as commodities, which in turn contributes to a mindset intrinsic to a capitalist society. He just had to bring your pointless philosophy into it. Just say it in the normal people words. Sorry, I just don't know yet. Henry sighs. Well, me neither. Hold on, let me try something. Henry leans in, kisses me. Oh, okay. So, how was it? It was supposed to be that amazingly good thing that never every story leads up to. But it didn't really feel like anything out of the ordinary. What if it was, with someone else? I think it'd be the same. You know, I'm not comfortable with physical stuff. Is there something wrong with me after all? Want me to hit you? Aren't you the one who keeps going on tirades about everyone experiencing life differently? Just because I don't understand doesn't mean it's your fault. Sorry, I just feel like I'm constantly letting people down. And then find a downer like you, jeez. Or stop worrying about it. Just look at Fennel being comfortable in his own company. These gacha games. Vincent's always surrounded by people, though. He only started isolating himself just recently. I've only talked to him a few times. It felt like he wasn't even there. He's not really listening to what you say. So my conclusion is that he's full of shit. But at least he's content with it. Maybe he was just bored around you. Maybe, but he's like that around literally everyone. And you kinda suck at reading people. I bet Fennel's the kind of person who'd populate a planet with clones of himself and be happy about it. Where did that come from? If I cloned myself or had my personality divided into parts and in a mass, yeah, I don't know if I can say that too. Now you're being weird. Anyway, I guess it's stupid to try and mold you into something you're not. Even if you do anything a romantic partner would, it's pointless if you're not feeling it. I'm sorry. Here you go again. It should be a thank you, shouldn't it? You're right. Thank you, Henry. Paralysis. I wake up in a headache, stumble into a bathroom to brush my teeth. I look into the mirror and notice that I only blink with one eye. Weird. But whatever. School proceeds as normal until I start feeling extremely fatigued during the 5th period. Something's not right. I end up calling Mom. She always knows what to do. It seems like your son has Bell's palsy. It might take around a month to recover. What is that? Oh, let me look that up real quick. I want to see what that is. Assuming this is an actual real condition. Bell's palsy. Palsy? Condition that temporarily gives facial paralysis due to inflammation in the 7th cranial nerve. So it's like in the brain. So, okay. So like partial paralysis of the face. Great.
great. Out of all the rare illnesses, my body decided to get this one. Damn, what bad luck. That's extreme bad luck over there. Okay. Missing a month of school before exam sounds like the worst case scenario. It's just a half of my face staying not unresponsive, yet my whole body feels numb. I can barely focus on this phone screen as I type a message back to Henry, who was curious enough to investigate my sudden disappearance from class. Coming, Henry.
You okay?
I got hospitalized with face paralysis.
The fuck is that?
The fuck is that indeed? One of my eyes can't blink and my mouth is stuck in a convoluted grimace. Thank God no one will come to visit. I close my eyes, one manually, and hope that the numbness will go away in the morning. It doesn't. Hospital food is tasteless. That doesn't really matter since I'm going to be discharged today. No one stays at hospitals for more than 2 days unless you're fatally injured. Mother asked her acquaintances to give me a ride home. What followed were 2 weeks of pills and a 24-hour sleep and 2 more weeks of staring at the ceiling because my mind couldn't focus on anything else. Henrietta came to visit while you were sleeping. She brought some printouts from school. Bless her. Among the stuff Henry brought, I find a notebook with Vincent's name on it. I hope you find these notes useful. Get well soon. And the note that said, I'm mortified. Ended up being burdened to both of them. I tried to shake the feeling off and be sincerely grateful, but end up being choked by guilt. I have to catch up, become better, more capable. If I'm not ahead of others, then my self-worth is not better than 0. I need to thank people who care about me soon. When I finally became able to come outside after what felt like forever, dandelions were in full bloom. Care. Vincent has his nose buried in the notebook lately. He's definitely writing something, but I never pry. I think there are 2. Oh shit. Sorry, I reacted. I thought I think I saw lightning. Okay. I think I should end stream. I don't wanna like continue if there's lightning outside. Hello guys. Okay. Sorry for yesterday. Yesterday we were at I think around the middle of this game, but hopefully today we're gonna finish it. So today, my goal is to finish this game, Heaven's Gate, and then we can start on our life beginnings and always. So, hopefully this time it's gonna be like shorter, but I am still interested of like how this game does end. I'm assuming there's no endings to this game, only just like one for Heaven's Gate, because that's what it seems like. We haven't made any decisions yet. By the way, I will say, mention the content warnings of this game again, since this is the beginning of the stream. So some content warnings for Heaven's Gate. For this particular game, there are graphic depictions of blood, and there are mentions of self-harm. So if those are things that you do not like, the stream isn't for you, or at least this part of the stream isn't going to be for you. So I guess last off, we were kind of just talking with Henry and saying with Charles saying that maybe I think they were gonna date, they weren't gonna date. It didn't seem like Charles wanted to date Henry because he didn't feel the same way or anything. So yeah. By the way, the music that is playing right now, this is not the music from the game. This is from this is another like this is from something else. This is usually what I use for my art streams. There just isn't any music in the game at all. If you guys are curious, this music that is playing is all from Stream Cafe. These are just 3 songs. I do have more of the description on my about page, but anyway, let's just get started. Vincent, okay, where is it? Okay, there you go. I think there are 2 ways to go about writing. To be the one in power, to give power to your readers. Okay, I think we were asking advice about our writing to Vincent. It's been like a thing that hasn't happened, that's been talked about more than just this scene. You can write a piece so flawless and complete that your awestruck reader will be rendered speechless, or create a flawed, seemingly incomplete work prompting the reader to contribute with better ideas. Which would you prefer? Playing God or making a fool out of myself, tough choice, indeed. So, the latter sounds like a less pressure, so I'd like that one. Wait, what's the other choice? Let me see. Playing God or making a fool out of myself. Oh, okay. That way, every reader can become a co-creator, even if they get laughs at my expense. I see. Besides, if something's considered ideal, you can only make copies of it without creating anything new. That doesn't sound too creative to me. More importantly, what would be your choice? Me? Well, what do you think? I think you want to leave it a rhetorical question. How about your grades coming along, by the way? Well, looks like I'll be one of the few people invited to the award ceremony. Wow, you're amazing. I didn't really have a choice. Do you think you'll be able to graduate with honors? Nah, I totally blew my chem and math grades. Took me a bit of time to come to terms with the fact that I'm not that smart. Wish I didn't grow up thinking that doing well in academics would guarantee me a secure future though. Or anything really. Right now, I just want to sleep my life away. By the way, how's your mother feeling? She's okay, surprisingly enough. I'm doing my best to help her too. Even if it means working in retail. Oh, okay, so we have a job. That has not been mentioned ever in this game. I'm sure of it. She used to be far more violent before. Never laid a hand on me though. It was always something else. Utensils, clothes, books. The only thing I regret is that as a kid, I tried to make her less aggressive by saying I'll kill myself. Oh, okay. That was extremely selfish of me. You were a child. You didn't know any better. Still, it's so weird. Out of all my solutions, my 4-year-old mind always jumped to suicide. Vincent touches the bruise on his cheek, only with somehow unconsciously. I guess I just wanted to guilt trip her in caring. I see, so that idea isn't foreign to you too. What do you mean? It's nothing. Don't worry. Sounds fishy. But as long as you don't want to talk about it, I'll bug off. Thank you. I would hate being pitied. Is it?
Maybe I shouldn't have come without a warning. But it's Charles, so he won't mind all that much. I'll just return this book and go home anyway.
Click.
It's open. Jeez, when will they fix the lock? It's already been a month since it's been like this.
Oh, that's not good.
This place is already a hellhole. Would it hurt them to put more effort into making it a little bit safer? The elevator's taking too long. Did someone just come in?
Oh, what the heck is happening? Wait, whoa! Whoa, wait, what is going on? Keep quiet and no one will get hurt. Oh, shit. Uh-oh. You bitch, stop screaming!
Somebody help!
I hear someone opening the door, floors above, and the dog barking. Arg.
He ran away. I can't stay here.
Oh, God.
Blood.
Oh, sorry, guys. Blood. Where is this specifically in the building? Ring. Ring. Oh god. Who could it be? Maybe I should pretend we're not home. Henry? Oh, okay, so she wasn't at Charles's place. There's a trail of blood behind her. Keeps dripping, staining the floor. Wait, is it? Or wait, I'm confused. What happened? Shit, okay, don't talk. Mom, call the ambulance. Henry, I'll help you lie down, okay?
The blood will get everywhere.
Don't worry about it. It's going to be alright. If her lung isn't punctured, that is. Here. Sorry for the makeshift scarf pillow. I'll get you a real one in a bit. I'll try to stop the bleeding now. But, I only have theoretical knowledge about it. Forgive me if it hurts. Mom will Google the right way to do it, so trust us. Henry stays quiet. She must be in shock. I help her take off her shirt and look at the wound, trying not to focus on the blood oozing out. And most definitely, a knife wound. Oh no. Okay, this should do it. I throw the bloodstained shirt into cold water and let out a sigh. The ambulance arrives quickly. I follow her to the hospital, hoping that it's nothing serious. When I see Henry again, she has the same absent-minded look on her face. What did they say?
No internal organ damage, but it's going to leave a scar. sucks. Why do things like this happen? Can't everyone live in peace?
She begins to tear up.
Why must I be a cautious of every person I see on the street? Why must I be scared of walking alone?
I'm scared too. Ever since we moved into that place, I've been paranoid of every sound. We got rid of the cockroaches, but the neighbors stayed. Want me to get you some pepper spray? I have some in my bag.
I hate it. The very fact that you speak of these things like they're nothing out of the ordinary.
But they are ordinary. My mom got stalked by some psycho over a year ago. I got smacked with a broken bottle in the street some time ago. Our neighbor's dog got mauled by a stacked pack of strays. Life's full of misfortunes like that.
Fuck that. It's unfair.
It is, but there's nothing we can do about it, oh can we?
You're always like this, ignoring the problem instead of doing something about it.
Miss Warhol.
What? And what's up with the sudden formality?
I didn't get to ask, but what exactly happened back then?
I don't get it myself. Everything happened so quickly. He told me to stay quiet, but I screamed my lungs out anyway. Maybe he just wanted my purse. Maybe something else. I don't know. I just wanted to return the book.
Envy turns over and cries into the pillow. Interlude wounds. Oh, okay, examination over. Oh god, it's the eye disease. We haven't seen a version of like the whole body of this. I'm going to disinfect the equipment. You can get dressed.
Thanks, Mr. Honecker. So, how is it?
Oh, it looks like it's getting worse. Uh-oh. I don't think these bruises will ever heal. Unless we skin you and replace the tissue completely. Yeah, I don't think you want it. Even though you're emotionally dead unless medicated, it's going to hurt like hell. We can't laugh about that.
If it's a smile, I can always give you one, see? Just like I was taught in the labs.
Stop it, that's not funny.
It's weird, Mr. Honecker. I'm so desensitized to cruelty and violence that I no longer feel saddened or shocked by them. I don't think I'm capable of crying either. Or feeling anything really. Everything is just mundane.
Well, humans are an adaptive species. I mean, you guys are aliens, not humans, though. Isn't that what that we saw on the species chart from the other games? If all you see every day is atrocities, you can't help but get used to them.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Forget I said anything.
You hate being sober that much?
When I am, I start having thoughts. I'd rather not think, Mr. Honecker. That should be your thing to do. Good night.
Well, he's right. It's really not something I should concern myself with. I have to focus on my research while I still have the time. Love. We're strolling in the park after school again. The weather is particularly good, but I have an umbrella with me. Vincent doesn't mind the rain, but I do, so I follow him like a butler of a rich household. His throat is bandaged. Vincent doesn't bring it up, and I don't ask. We stop at the small bridge. There's something I've been meaning to tell you for a while. No way, is it a love confession, Mr. Fennel? Almost. I've been writing a novel. Oh, what's it called? Aether Almanac. Sounds fancy. I'm still in the process of writing it, and frankly, there's a lot to do, but I have published some chapters already. If you're willing to give it a read, I'll be happy to share it. Of course, I mean, you can't write badly. Haha, thank you for your trust. It's a collection of short stories centered around one divine being. It needs a lot of improvement, and I don't expect my target demographic to be older than myself. Still, it's a work I love dear. It's the first time I've heard him use love in something. I should read it soon, I thought. You had ended up postponing it until the very last minute. One's writing is the mirror of one's soul. I was afraid of my imaginary construct of Vincent shattering upon looking into it. Interlude Aether Almanac. So I'm assuming it's like, oh, I don't want to read it because I would have a different view of Vincent than the one that I like already. Which kind of sad for Vincent, though. I feel like this is a part of Vincent that is trying to be vulnerable with Charles. Because, like, if you share your writing, I think that's already a sign of vulnerability because you're showing something that you're put your passion in and sharing it to somebody else that you think would not either like it or dislike it, but like somebody you trust. And I think that's what's happening right now. In the land of eternity, there lived a scientist, exiled from her homeland for heresy against their beliefs. She decided to travel around the world to see all its wonders. She saw civilizations rise and fall, stars explode, and new forms of life come into existence. After thousands of years wandering, she began to grow weak in her limbs. She walked and walked until she stumbled and fell down to the ground. There she lay for days, unable to get up on her own. People passed by. Hi Kyla, welcome to stream. Some asked if she was feeling unwell. How are you doing today? Some pitied her and gave her food to eat. Some gave advice on how to get back to her feet. But nobody extended a hand. One day she felt someone lift up her weakened frame. Oh, those guys look cool. She looked up and saw a being she couldn't quite describe, as its form was constantly changing. It was the most fascinating sight she'd ever seen. What are you? The scientist asked. I cannot be defined by mere words, it laughed, amused by her question. Some call me White Queen, but that was only one of my many masks. I am neither a man or a woman, nor I am not human, for I am not human. They say meeting me is a great blessing that happens once in many millions of years. Therefore, how about I grant you one wish? The being offered. Say, what do you wish for? Okay, actually, hold on. I'm kind of worried that the music is a bit loud. Let me just lower it a bit. The scientist thought of unlimited knowledge and the world's treasures and infallible health, but none of those wonders interested her any longer. Can you remain by my side? She asked, her voice growing weak as the realization that she grew tired of solitude dawned on her. Unfortunately, I cannot grant you that wish, as nothing can bind me, was the divine being's answer, and the scientist hung her head low. However, if it's a lifelong partner you want. Without as much as a warning, the creature tore off the scientist's finger, and her identical copy grew from it. As the scientist screamed from the sharp pain that pierced her, the relentless god spoke again. It knows everything you do and understands you better than anyone ever would. They'll never leave your side and remain with you in life and death. When your sight fades, it'll become your eyes. When you lose strength in your legs, it will carry you in its embrace. Together, you are one. I dream of falling into a pit of identical corpses and wake up in a cold sweat. Different. Henry's idly browsing her phone as I struggled to finish a mission in a shooter I was playing.
Wow, Fennel's sure popular. I just looked up his novel and was like 15 and it has like 15 fan communities.
Oh.
Why are you acting all surprised for? Aren't you his fan or something?
Stop it. I'm not a blind follower. I read his writing the other day. It's good, like really good, but I didn't like it.
Whoa, okay. Care to explain?
Well, the overarching theme of his stories is that only you can save yourself. It's like other people don't exist or can't be of any help even if they're around. His characters either choose solitude or end up in circumstances where they are surrounded by their own selves. Don't you think it's close-minded to think that way?
Wow, Eiler. I knew you were dense as a brick, but not to this extent.
What do you mean? Henry rubs her temples and gives me a reprimanding stare.
Listen, doesn't all of this remind you of a certain someone?
Breaking young people aged 12 to 16 found dead on the shore. The motives behind their deaths remain unclear. Numerous sources report that they all were frequent visitors of Heaven's Gate community website, a web cult whose beliefs may have led to them to this. Vincent skipped school for 3 weeks. Okay. Oh my gosh. Because we read that the Heaven's Gate was actually like a fake website. It was there to troll people, not to be serious, and people actually took it seriously. Oh god. This is definitely Vincent is probably thinking it's all his fault, because he was part of it. When I see him again, there's a mask plastered on his face. Vincent Fennel is smiling. Interlude God. It's dark in the morgue. We sit on the cold ceramic floor. Felix Honecker doesn't have long left to live.
How are you feeling, Mr. Honecker?
tired, but that's nothing new. Is everyone pulling an all-nighter because of me?
Yeah, even Florence didn't hold back on soap.
Felix sighs. Even though I did nothing to deserve the kind of treatment you all choose to act stupid. What are you sulking for, idiots? You'll see me tomorrow.
That person won't be you.
I doubt anybody will notice the difference. It's not like I did anything remarkable during my lifespan.
You gave a shit about me. Although, you gave a shit about everyone. Just like Henry, before you fell ill.
It's unfair. We both know I am a copy.
First, Mr. Honecker tells me it's okay to care, then he complains when I do. Which is it?
Do you believe in God, Bennett?
No.
Henry Huxley isn't someone as
shallow as that.
I see. Then, it must be the same for me, too.
Mr. Honecker, I won't make friends with you the next time we meet.
It's a promise, then. Exams. Exams are stressful that they're nothing I'm unprepared for. After all, I've always been a diligent student. I get paired with Henry during the language exam, and we pass with flying colors. Vincent, however, remains as distant as ever. For the past month, we haven't gotten to talk at all. I wonder what he is thinking. How disappointing. I can't seem to find any topics to discuss with you, Eiler. No, Vincent's not that petty. The very fact that you thought of me like that makes you the petty one. The truth is yours, imaginary Mr. Fennel. I understand that the way I use words impacts people around me, so I decided to distance myself from people who are easily influenced. More plausible. But doesn't that mean he thinks very little of me? There's no guarantee that we'll keep in touch after graduating either. I can't shake off the feeling of frustration welling up and end up losing sleep at night. I'm so anxious that they decide to discuss it with Henry. She likes food, so I lure her by inviting her to a cafe.
He wrote what?
Henry stabs a cherry tomato on her plate and makes a popping sound and bursts. Maybe telling her wasn't a good idea after all. Yeah, she'd probably be pissed at Vincent. So what if he's a cult leader? That's bad, Charles. That's not good. I want to talk to him again. Besides, he only helped copyright the texts. It's not like he involved himself in their activity.
Ugh, your moral compass just did a complete 180 right now.
Listen, I'm sure he understands the weight of his actions. His current isolation must be just damage control.
Are you sure he's not just a control freak who enjoys having power over others?
God, Henry, are we talking about the same person here? He's the most tactful person I know. He wouldn't.
If you commit suicide because he told you your imaginary world will become real, don't come crying to me.
You can't cry if you're dead, Miss Warhol.
Shut up, Charles! Shut up! Anyway, Pennell's dangerous, okay? People like him harm others without even realizing it. That accident confirmed it. If he's a writer, he should take full responsibility for the messages he's communicating. And don't go, it's their fault on me. It's their fault on
yeah. But it is, everyone has their own brains. No, it's, oh my god. I don't know. I feel like this is a complicated, situation. If they decided to self-destruct after hearing they're in a video game, then they were already predisposed to it. They just saw the cult site and bam! Confirmation bias activated. They wanted a motive, they got it. I would never end my life just because I stumbled on some creepypasta on the internet. It would take more than that, like Mother's death. My own health deteriorating to the point where I start hurting others, then
Hey, stop it!
I'm sorry. I don't think I'm completely right either. Circumstances are different in each individual's case, I know that. I'm just worried about him. Knowing Vincent, he'll never talk about himself, which is okay with me if that's what he wants. But if he keeps ignoring this, what if... I think of running on the field, children are laughing, illuminated by the sun. People like that don't live long.
Fine, I get it. Talk to him when you get the chance, okay? I'm sure you two will figure something out.
I walk Henry home and wave her goodbye. When I see Vincent next time, what should I tell him? No matter what I'll say, I find myself afraid of hearing his answer. Graduation. The graduation day finally comes. Time sure flies. Oh, she looks so pretty.
Charlie, over here.
Who?
Hello? Do you recognize me?
I think you just aged by 9 years. Oh, ow. Okay, 7. Please stop kicking me, Miss Warhol.
I know I look good. You do too.
I look like my father.
And you hate it?
I don't know anymore. All that matters is that Mother is doing better. Henry pats my head.
Okay, try to have fun today.
Thanks, you too. I look for Vincent in the crowd. He's talking to one of our teachers, all smiles as usual. I join in as he's shadowed. Eiler? You look different. You look tired. Do I? Well, I suppose I'm not really fond of long ceremonies. I miss more as Miss Warhol not with you. She's participating in the photo shoot with the other girls. I ran away as soon as I saw the camera. Vincent laughs, visibly amused. And it's too stuffy in this suit. I have to agree. But there's nothing much we can do about it, right? Yeah, I just want it to be over soon. By the time we get to the rented conference hall, it's already evening. The banquet doesn't interest me, but I already paid for it, so I stuffed myself full with random appetizers. Vincent's dissecting a steamed carrot with the precision of a surgeon at the nearby table. He seems bored. The moment I decide to approach him, he's engaging in a conversation with someone else. Too bad. I decide to look for Annery and find her surrounded by girls on the floor below. She looks like she's having fun, so I leave her to it. It dawns on me that out of all the people in class, I only managed to become somewhat friendly with 2. For the rest, I don't really have anything to talk about, unless it's homework, and maybe it's just for the best if we forget each other's names. After we all go separate ways, in the corner of my eye, I see Vincent leaving the hall. You're leaving? Just taking a walk outside. It's a bit noisy in here. Oh, alright. It doesn't look like he's going to come back. See you later then. See you. Crap, his coat is still here. Uh-oh. When I run out of the building, Vincent is nowhere to be seen. I jog a bit to the main road until I spot the familiar silhouettes. Fennel, wait! Your coat. Thank you. You needed to have run. I would have come back for it later. It didn't seem like it. Vincent covers his mouth with his hand, hiding the surfacing emotion. So, is that so? Mind if I walk with you for a bit? Sure. We walk in silence. There's too much on my mind, but I can't put any of it into words. Somehow we ditched the prom night without really planning to. I don't think anybody's going to look for me today anyway. We reach a viewpoint on the hill. It's the highest platform in the old town. Vincent is panting lightly, exhausted from the climbing the stairs. It's pretty high here, isn't it? I'm not fond of high places. It feels all too familiar for some reason. I feel sick. I like them, though even the air feels clearer. Vincent leans over the fence and inhales the night air, being above everything, leaving all the noise commotion down below. Don't you feel the same? No. I feel like I could fall down any second. I see. Are you alright? I crouch down, my head spinning. I'm not alright. It's like we've been here before. And yet it's not the same, like in another dimension. Yeah, you guys were here before. You never talk about anything that really matters, do you? Always all smiles and big talk. Talking, yet nothing you say has real weight to it. I'm sick of your smiling face. What? I see. Should I say that you want to hear that? Or agree with everything you say like you always do? Ugh, my personality has nothing to do with this, does it? I'm led to believe that you're as much of a control freak as I am. No matter how much others worry about you, you decide to shoulder everything on your own. That's because of how my mother is. That's because I don't want to be a burden. But for you, it's all about your image. But if I ask for help, who would provide it? You? At the very least, I'd listen to what you have to say. You just don't trust me enough. You don't trust anyone. Vincent's eyes gleam with ice. The only one who sees a problem in it is you, Eiler. You're not the solution to my problems. Neither am I to yours, even though you seem to think otherwise. Needles and knives. These words pierce through, but I don't falter. I know. Yet I want to understand you. It's not your fault that I don't. You're someone I've always looked up to. You could do things I couldn't and find the right words to influence others. I always felt like your opinion mattered. I crouched down and faced the ground, suddenly flustered. I thought I wouldn't mind losing my individuality if it meant getting influenced by yours. Vincent's gaze becomes absent-minded. I'm a bit envious. I have no one like that. There's only myself, always have been. I have no role model and have a hard time finding a reflection of myself in other people. It's like standing on the other side of a one-way mirror, but I don't think of others as inferior to myself. In fact, I like people a lot. That's why I tried to show it with appropriate words. Language, passwords, just like we discussed once, remember? Friend, soulmate, partner. These are all very sudden and easy to say. The only difference is that while they have a meaning to others, these words sound empty to me. I've never felt close to anyone. That kind of understanding Vincent Fennell didn't exist until I created him. I remember Vincent in kindergarten, emotionally dead kid gathering crowds around him with useless trinkets from popular shows. The only time he ever showed emotion was where he tore off wings from those ants claiming to be in control. Control? Is that what it's all about? You claim that you don't mean things you say, that your personality is fabricated. I don't think you're being entirely honest. You're right, I don't mean it either. He sounds insufferable. However, Vincent isn't looking at me. His mind is elsewhere. It's like there's a wall between myself and the rest. Ever since my childhood, I've been trying to break through it by trying to be someone I'm not. Yet it's meaningless. Even if I make it seem like he exists, I can't become him. Deep inside, I must be the same child who laughed at the ants whose wings tore off, just because it was the only time when he felt like he was in control over someone's life, because he lacked control over his own. Still, you've been trying your best, haven't you? All this talk about a quiet place, those bruises. I think it's pretty obvious at this point that whoever you live with, I stumble on my own words. They have been treating me well. The Vincent I remember was an empty husk of a person. It's like you were never physically there at all. Yet with time, you were able to regain control over your life. It's not like you became someone whom others look up to overnight. Hi Sleepy Roll, welcome to stream. You worked hard for it, because you care. That's just a hot life narrative you constructed for me. It's nothing that pretty. I can't be proud of being a hypocrite. Would you rather dissociate for the rest of your life? I don't want that either. Both choices are wrong. There's just no hope for me, is there? This life, I already tried to put an end to it a month ago. Huh? I didn't think too much of it. It was something I knew would happen one day or another. Naturally, yet I ended up not going all the way. I thought, I still haven't returned that notebook. I was supposed to put an end to everything. For a ridiculous reason like that, I didn't. My eyes begin to sting, but no tears come out. I may be insignificant and frankly boring, but I'm going to do my best to become someone you can consider your equal, so that you won't feel so alone. I'll keep doing my best, In the corner of my eye, I see Vincent crouching down near me, putting a hand on my shoulder. Don't push yourself, he says. His gaze remaining frozen. You're already doing enough. Empty words and templates phrases. Neither of us can find comfort in each other's words. Neither of us would know what to do. I want you to live, I croak out, not to a corpse, not to an imaginary construct, not to a vacant shell, but to Vincent Fennell himself. History repeats. I can't see his face. I see, Vincent says simply. No tears, no surprises. That's how Vincent Fennell is. Yet these words sounded almost thankful. Vincent gets up and extends his hand to me. Congratulations on graduating, Charles. I reach out and accept his hand. The future still remains uncertain, yet I feel like I'll be able to fall asleep tonight. The sun rises. A new day has come. The end. Oh my god. Etherane. Okay. Thank you for playing. Damn! Okay. Okay, that last part really did really did get to me. What do you rate it? Okay, let me move myself here. Let me talk about this. I think even though it's unsatisfying, I think it's a fitting ending. I think that's a fitting ending to this game. Because I feel like realistically, like you want to help someone, right? But your words, I think just from that scene itself, both of the words were empty. Like both of the words couldn't fix what was the situation was. Those words of just like saying like, oh, you did enough, and like you're good enough. Like I think some people would probably think like, oh, that thank you for saying that to me, but in their situations, it's not gonna change anything. It's something they've probably heard a lot before, or something that's just like, oh, it just feels like empty words. It just doesn't feel like it's going to like do anything for them. But they really do want to, like, Vincent, I don't know if Vincent wants somebody to be an equal to him, and Charles wants to actually help him, but anything that Charles says is not helping him right now. Maybe in the future. Well, I mean, there isn't going to be more to this game, because that's the last game to this series. Like, Heaven's Gate is the last one of Hello Charlotte. I think, like, it's open to depiction whether Charles did help Vincent or not. And I think it's best to just like leave it like that. I think I usually just like, I know there's a lot of endings with like a similar situation, with games with a similar situation when it comes to these topics. It's like, oh, they have a happy ending at the end. I think it's good that they don't say there is a happy ending to this. It's just very open-ended. It's bittersweet, but you don't know if Charles did succeed. You don't know if Vincent did find an equal in Charles at all. And I think I liked how it was. I liked how, because I feel like that whole scene was like just relatable. I feel like there are some cases where like there are people who do want to help you, but the words they say can't help you at all. Like, it doesn't change anything in your situation. And when you hear those words, you might feel like it doesn't feel like, you don't feel happy from him. You don't feel like happy when somebody says you're good enough, because you've probably heard it a lot before, and you probably think it's like empty or fake. And I really like that. I think the part of like the story, there's a lot that I got to know about Charles and Vince. I think I got to know a lot more about Vincent in this world. In the original world, you don't really get to know that much about Vincent. All you know is that Vincent wanted to die, and he succeeded. He was kind of just a stranger to Charles. The only thing he knew about him was in the internet, but this time they know them personally. This is an alternate universe where Charles and Vincent got to know each other more. And I guess Charles didn't like Vincent at first, but then he started to like get to know him, but not in like not Vincent's real self. Like, I don't think it was clear if Vincent felt happy over what happened over Heaven's Gate, or he actually felt guilty. Like, you could depict that his smile was a mask, because he was wearing a mask throughout this whole entire game except that last scene. Or he did like he maybe he felt bad, like, or he, like, we don't know if he actually felt bad or not what happened to Heaven's Gate. I feel like at a certain point, maybe this is just my like, this is how I feel like would have happened, but I feel like if you're in high school and then you caused a mass murder by accident, I'm pretty sure you're going to feel guilty at some point, you know? Like, Charles said that what Vincent said isn't entirely honest. Like, yeah, he likes being in control, but there might be some parts where some words that Vincent said that was just a lie. And I think that's just also true. Like, in reality, sometimes you just say stuff that you think is the whole truth, but sometimes those words are lies. Henrietta, I think this is my favorite version of Anri. At first, I really hated her from the other games, and now it's just like, this is probably my favorite version of her. Especially, like, none of these characters have, like, a happy ending. Everything just feels open-ended. And, like, the frustration of Anri saying, why does everything bad happen to us? Why is this life? Is very relatable, especially just, like, knowing what happened to Anri with, like, her being bullied. And then getting stabbed all on top of that, that's just horrible. Like, I think there's just some things, like a lot of things that are said in this game that are relatable. I feel like also, like, if I knew Charles as this type of person, I think I wouldn't really like him. He's very critical, but ironically, as someone who is a critical person, he doesn't want to be a burden to anyone. I guess that's what he got that from, like, trying to take care of his mom. You know, because his mom has been, like, really down, and Charles is the only one who can actually, like, help with, not only with, like, his mom, but I think it's hinted that it's also financial reasons, because I don't know if his mom is working in this universe. She didn't seem like she was working in the other universe, but she seems to be more mentally stable than before. So yeah, this is definitely a lot not happier, but at least people live for now. But I guess we'll never know if they lived in the future in this alternate timeline, you know? Hello Charlotte in the main games is just a lot darker. They don't end up living, they all, like, die. But in this one, it's just like, there's at least some hope. There could be a chance where they do end up dying at the end in the future, but at least there might be some hope that they might not. Maybe they might find something that they were looking for. Or maybe Charles might be that equal to Vincent, or maybe Charles be like, or Vincent might find that person, not only in Charles, but with someone else, and maybe Charles might feel like, oh, I don't need to work myself to become, or like, I don't need to feel like I'm a burden to anyone else anymore. I don't need to work too hard. I can be myself. Maybe they might think those words that they were told each other, like Vincent telling Charles that you're good enough, and then Charles saying to Vincent that he'll be alright. Maybe those words will be true one day in the future. Overall, I think I've had to rate. Oh god, I think Hello Charlotte 2 is my favorite out of the series. This one's my second. Heaven's Gate was pretty good. I think Hello Charlotte 3 is probably my third favorite. I feel like it should have been higher, especially with all the context and getting to know more about Charles and Vincent, but I don't know. I didn't really feel I didn't really feel like, oh, it was that great compared to Hello Charlotte 2. I feel like Hello Charlotte 2 was just amazing, you know, especially with the ending, but I think maybe because there was too much for Hello Charlotte 3, that it just didn't really hit me that much. Especially if they introduced a whole nother concept compared to the other two games. And then Hello Charlotte 1 is probably my fourth favorite. And then the Hello Charlotte Delirium is probably my last. But yeah, I guess that's all about the Hello Charlotte games. I feel like there's a lot more to say with these games because there's a ton of context and there's like a lot of things that I feel like could be confusing. Especially with Hello Charlotte 3. But maybe I'll talk about that another time. You know, because I can't think of everything else right now. I can only think about Heaven's Gate. I also think, another thing, when they were doing the interludes, I think I've kind of noticed, like, when Charles had a problem, they had an interlude after. And I think what they were talking about, like, what they said in those interludes was kind of addressing how Charles felt of that problem, of how maybe a sort of a solution, you know? Except maybe that last part of, like, Felix dying. I wonder how that was connected to one of Charles's problems, you know? I did not expect... I thought Charlotte was gonna be seen more, but no, she was only seen once. Like, I'm surprised. It was more on, Felix and Bennett. Like, they were more of the stars of the show when it came to the interludes. Like, I'm surprised Charlotte barely had barely had any scenes. Like, she only had, like, one scene, because Charles is... How I understood, Charles and Charlotte are kind of, like, the same person. Because in the past games, not in this game, but, like, in Hello Charlotte 3, Charles made Charlotte as, like, his OC, but he also used, her picture as someone he would, be viewed in the internet. So that was, like, his profile picture. And I think I don't know if Charlotte was something that also Charles wanted to be, but I kind of got that from what I saw from the other games. I mean, from Hello Charlotte 3, but yeah, that's all I've got to say. For having her name in the game title, it's interesting she only shows up to once. Yeah, I think because in Hello Charlotte 3, it's where that was like the main Charlotte's story, because in Hello Charlotte 3, she ends up dying. She ends up being erased. That's the game where like you say goodbye to her. In this one, it focuses on different people. So like just to give you more context, I'm gonna try to explain this the best I can. Charlotte is in a universe that's not the real realm, not the true realm. This DLC, the visual novel, focuses more on the true realm, which is Charles, who created Charlotte, Vincent, and Annery. So, this is another universe which Charlotte isn't in. And I think the last game, Hello Charlotte 3, was supposed to be like, okay, this is the last time you see Charlotte. This is the last one. Hi, Pia the Pioneer. Yeah, this is the last, like, that was supposed to be the last game where you ever see Charlotte. That was supposed to be your goodbye to Charlotte. This one, I wanted to say goodbye Charlotte yesterday for like the title, because it's the last Charlotte game of the series. Even though this is like a DLC, I think that was supposed to be the last Charlotte game. It focused on someone who was connected to Charlotte, though. It focused on her creator Charles. So yeah, but yeah, I did like the series. I think, yeah, I really liked it.